She's at it again. Laura Carno. This is a conservative woman who, just like Amy Lathan and so many others, Democrats will give you Hillary Clinton. See, they'll prop up a Hillary Clinton and say, "Look, we're breaking the glass ceiling," but they don't really like women. They don't like strong conservative women, and you'll see them attacking the Megyn Kellys and the Sarah Palins and Condoleezza Rice's and the rest. Oh, because she's a black, smart, conservative woman. Well, they would like conservative women to know their place, and their place is certainly not saying this sort of thing about somebody who's in the United States Senate.
Senator Udall, don't you dare tell more lies about this healthcare mess. You're the one who took away our doctors. You're the one who canceled our plans. You looked us in the eye, Senator Udall, and you lied.
Pretty strong words. Pretty strong words. The question is, can you back them up, Laura Carno? You are a mischief maker, some people would say. I think you're a champion for the truth, and you are not afraid to call people out on both sides of the aisle, no matter what the issue is. And give us the lowdown on this latest piece.
Well, thanks for having me, Richard, and thanks for playing that. I speak plainly. I don't want anybody to have a question on what really my message is. And the message is that Udall lied, just like President Obama and Harry Reid. Senator Udall looked us in the eye. He said we could keep our doctors. He said we could keep our health plans. And 250,000 Coloradans have lost their health plans. And Coloradans aren't okay with that. We know that Mark Udall was one of the deciding votes. He could have stopped this. He could have protected the citizens of Colorado, and he didn't.
Well, I think you're making an assumption, and this is just me jabbing a little bit because I want to be clear on this. The people like Udall, the people like the John Morrises and the Angela Herones, they're more inclined to be told what to do than to listen to their constituents and to vote what is best for Coloradans. I firmly believe that.
Yeah, and I think that does happen on both sides of the aisle to some extent, but I think that the Democrats definitely more fall in line with what their leadership tells them to do. And that was certainly the case. Mark Udall was hearing from his constituents. He ignored them and voted with Harry Reid and cast the deciding 60th vote to pass Obamacare. And here's what we have. And again, 250,000 Coloradans lost their health care.
There is not a single person. I defy somebody to call me up on this program, and I do have one open line, 540-0740. If there's somebody out there who doesn't know, a family member, a relative, a coworker, a neighbor who has lost their insurance or lost their doctor as a result of Obamacare, I'd like them to call because I can't conceive of that being the case. Every time I talk with somebody, Laura Carno, and ask them that question, they are, it's my brother, it's a person who lives across the street. Oh, no, somebody I go to church with. 250,000 Coloradans, and they shouldn't be looking around wondering what happened, saying, well, this is the insurance company or this is my doctor. The fault for this is actually pretty clear.
Right. And in the White House press office, they're saying here are millions of people who have benefited. They refuse to talk about the bigger number of millions of people who have not benefited. And, in Senator Udall's case, he's got a war chest of $4 million to try and cover up the lies. So the reason that we decided to come out now, this is very early for political advertising, but the reason that we decided to come out with this now is Senator Udall lied, and at udalllied.com you can see all of the quotes that back up the fact that he lied. It's a definite lie. He knew that people weren't going to be able to keep their plans and their doctors, and they've got big money on their side. He had a fundraising letter saying, if you send me money, you get a chance to meet Robert Redford. And so they've got all kinds of things going on.
I don't want Robert Redford.
Side.
I want my insurance. Robert Redford is fine, and Butch Cassidy and Sundance. He's a great Sundance kid, but seriously, I don't want to meet him. I want my insurance. It'd be fine if you give me my insurance, and then I can talk to him about his days up in Boulder on the baseball team and the rest. But I want my insurance and doctor first.
Right, and it just shows the difference between folks like us who are interested in being left alone. I know how to find an insurance agent on my own and purchase products on my own. and the other side that says you need the paternal government organization to take care of you, and we just don't buy that. So while they've got folks like Redford and so forth stepping up to the plate, and like I said, he already has a $4 million war chest. At udalllied.com, people can go there, they can contribute, the yellow contribute button, and we'll never have Robert Redford's money, and he's certainly not writing us a check, but as we showed in the recall, we can make the best out of, even when we're outspent, we can make the best of that money and get our message out. And as you said, you saw this on Twitter. I've had this on Facebook and Twitter over the last day and a half. We're already up to almost 7,500 hits. And, I think the message is resonating, Richard.
Well, and what I would encourage people to do, because I have to tell you, Laura Carno, I firmly believe in it. And I think the proof in it was the recalls. It was Evie Hudak resigning in a last-minute ploy to make sure that they could hold on to a little bit of power up there in Denver. But the tide is turning against them. And people are smarter than give me Robert Redford or give me insurance. 250,000 Coloradans. I got to be honest with you. If I were a Hollywood guy, Udall, he's a good-looking guy. He's got name recognition. He's liberal as can be. All of those things. I couldn't, in good conscience, come out here and do an event for a guy who cost 250,000 people their insurance. I just couldn't do it, especially when he lied about it. It's not like it was negligence. A former trial attorney in me says it's not like it was negligence, and he didn't know, or the administration didn't know that was going to happen. They knew full well it was going to happen while they were lying to us.
Right, and one of the quotes I have at udalllied.com is this quote by Senator Gillibrand from New York, and she is Senator Udall's Democrat compatriot there out of New York, and she was on a show, and she said, we all knew. It was from the beginning they knew that was going to happen, so and we see what's happening. It's even worse than people thought.
It is. If they will say about people who are killed in Benghazi, a bump in the road to the process there, then they would certainly look at 250,000 just regular people here in Colorado. And there's no defining those people by race, by religion, by age, by politics. It happened to Republicans and Democrats and poor people and people who are well off just the same. They just said 250,000 road bumps in Colorado.
Right, exactly. As if the people don't matter, as if the government officials are not equal to the people that voted them in. They actually serve us. And for the government officials, especially elected officials, to say to us that you don't matter, sorry that you lost your insurance. Senator Udall even said, well, it wasn't that they lost their insurance. They were given opportunities to buy something else. Hey, how about if I liked what I bought? And if you say that I can buy something else and it costs more, it's different. What business is it of the government to sell insurance, to push insurance, to tell me what types of products we may or may not have? That's not their role.
It is not their role. And I am seeing a doctor yesterday. I'm at a doctor's office 3 o'clock in the afternoon, seeing a doctor that I've seen for 4 years. And I don't need this president or Mark Udall telling me that I can't have that insurance and I can't have that doctor any longer. So let's do this. I need to go to a break. I know you've got some meetings ahead. udalllied.com. But I'd also appeal to folks, if you're on Twitter, go ahead and retweet that. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share that. If you're not on either one of those, find the website, click it over on your email, and send it to people, because this word needs to get spread, and we can't rely on it being done by the mainstream media. They're not going to do it. We don't have millions of dollars sitting around to do this. We can do this ourselves.
Absolutely. And with enough people clicking contribute, we might not have a Robert Redford on our side, but we've got lots of impassioned folks who really want the message to get out, really want to replace Senator Udall. And if there are enough of those with a little bit smaller donations than Robert Redford's size, we can still make a difference.
Well, and I want to appeal to that because, yes, they're not going to be huge checks or everything. There are going to be people out there who can say, look, I'm pulled in a lot of directions. The times are not good. I can give you $10. I can give you $20. Maybe I could write a check for $50. This is as grassroots as it gets. Are you going to turn away checks of $10 or $20?
No, I haven't for a year and a half, and I certainly won't start. And that's not to say that if there are folks out there who really love to play in these sorts of things in a bigger way, I'd love to talk to them as well.
We will do that, absolutely. UdallLive.com. That is Laura Carno. Thank you, Laura. Any final thoughts before I let you go?
Just thank you for plugging the website, UdallLive.com, and every penny is going to go to getting out the message that Udall lied.
Well, I believe in it. I just believe people ought to be called on it. You know, if our neighbor or somebody that we work with lies to us, that's not good. That's horrible behavior. This is a United States senator who lied to all Coloradans, and 250,000 of them are paying a huge price because of that lie. And I go back to when I was a trial attorney, Laura. If he lied to us about that, then how can we believe him on anything else?
Right, and we expect our children not to lie. We teach our children not to lie, and we expect better out of our public officials.
We do indeed. Thank you, Laura Carno.